We're here at the Urbana Free Library today offering one of a number of workshops as part of a series called Young Artist Studio. These workshops are offered through the Urbana Public Arts Program in collaboration with the Urbana Free Library and offer 45-minute workshops for youth in the community to explore the arts and its many forms. Today with us we have Beverly Smith, artist and Navajo storyteller, who presented us with a story called Sunpainters by Baje Whitehorne, followed by an arts activity. Please join the Urbana Public Arts Program for workshops offered every third Sunday of the month at 3 p.m.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me in story time. Today's story is going to be Sunpainters, and Sunpainters is, the reason why I'm sharing this is because it's about a story about a really good time that is often celebrated different times of the year for a lot of different cultures, including mine, which is the Navajo culture. The Navajo people are from the southwestern part of the United States where Arizona is. I'm sorry, I'm talking kind of funny. I just got retainers, so I'm still getting used to the retainers in my mouth. But I come from the Navajo tribe, which is located in Arizona. And so first of all, I'm going to introduce you all to, in my Navajo language, so you can get a sense of my Navajo culture. Yat she Beverly Smith Yanisha, na kayana initially do kintli cheatney bushes chin, todich eatney dasha chase, senjakina dashanale. Todich eatni dasha chay senjakin dashanala dahilina de ayusi nasha koe Urbana Free Library at Shiniyajib Johanna a bahal na egi bahajoni go do nahal higi bahodil ne. I just introduced myself in my Navajo language. And the way we introduce ourselves is by our 4 different clans through our through our mother's clan. It is usually my mom's clan, my dad's mom's clan, my mom's dad's mom's clan, and my dad's mom's clan. So my mom's dad's mom's clan. So it's all matrilineal. So it all goes through the mom side of the clans. And so we always identify ourselves through those clans. And so when we identify through our clans, that's where we will know who's related to us. And that's also, we know who we can and cannot marry. So that way we know we can't marry our relatives, obviously. So, and so that's how I identify myself, and that's also how I identify myself to the land, and how I identify myself to others as well. And I also was given by a Cherokee elder when I was going to school at Haskell Indian Nations University. I was given a Cherokee name, Yona, and it means bear, and it was given by my Cherokee language instructor. And this little boy here that keeps running all over the place, his Cherokee name is also Bear, so he's my little brother. So it's always nice to have him around. So you can see he's very highly energetic. So it's always good to have him join me at the different events as well. So the reason why I wanted to choose this is this talks about the different times of the year of the eclipse. And the eclipse is during the time, how many of you know what an eclipse is? All the kids? You do? Can you tell me what the eclipses are?
An eclipse is when the moon blocks the sunlight when the sunlight trying to get to the earth, the moon blocks it.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very nice. So that's a time when people want to observe, but it's really different for the Navajo, and so this is what that story is going to talk about. Okay, so the reason why I chose this is Baje Whitehorne is actually from the same area I'm from, which is in the Flagstaff area, and that's a border town that is about 30 miles east of the Navajo Indian Reservation. So I wanted to, it's very, very nice. And so I wanted you all to pay attention to the pictures, and I wanted you all to look at the pictures and remember the pictures, because we are going to start translating like our memory of the times that we've been outside, and then we are going to put them and draw them onto the artwork that we're going to be doing later, okay? So this is a picture here. Key Leonard sat in his favorite juniper tree listening to an old radio. Eyes closed, he concentrated on the scratchy sounds coming through the beat-up old box his grandfather Peepa had given him. Suddenly, he heard Peepa calling, "Key Leonard, could you please come down out of that tree? Quickly now." Everybody see the picture of the juniper tree? You see juniper trees around here? There's some juniper trees. They're the trees that grow like all year round, which I really like. I like the smell of them too. "Peepa, what's wrong?" Key Leonard called back, hanging the radio on a curled branch and jumping down. Peepa said, "Could you please come into the hogan?" Key Leonard hurried to the hogan. He had been playing all morning. "Lunch," he thought as he ran through the hogan door. Peepa said, "Slow down, my grandchild. One shouldn't run into the hogan." "I'm hungry, Peepa. Is it lunchtime? What are we having?" "It is not time to eat," Peepa replied calmly. Trying to ignore his growling stomach and the blue cornmeal bread sitting on the table, Key Leonard walked over to his grandfather and touched his hand. "Then what is it, Peepa?" he said. "What's wrong? Have you noticed anything different, my grandchild?" "No," Key said, thinking of his stomach. "Listen to me, Key Leonard. There is something wrong with the sun. The sun has died today." Key glanced out the hogan door. "Notice," Peepa said, taking Key's hand and walking to the door, "that it is dark outside, but don't look at the sun. Notice the deep purples and reds all around the mountainside." He waved his arm down toward the sheep corrals and across the wash to the next hillside. Key Leonard saw a strange gloom all around him. Everywhere he looked, the deep purple and red darkness was there. "Come sit with me and listen." But Key was excited. He had almost forgotten his hunger. "What's wrong?" he said. "Why has the sun died? Why is there darkness outside?" He watched his grandfather sit down slowly. "Come," Peepa said. Key climbed into his grandfather's lap, feeling Peepa's warmth all around him. "I'm thirsty, Peepa," Key said. "My grandchild," Peepa said, "when this happens to the sun, one does not sleep or lay down. One does not eat any food. One does not drink any water. You wait until it's over. You sit up and you wait." "How long will this go on?" Key asked. The hunger was clawing at his belly again. "You have to be patient, Key Leonard. Give it time." Key snuggled in closer to his grandfather, thinking maybe Peepa's warmth would fill him up. "I'll tell you a story," Peepa said, "about the children of Mother Earth. They are known as painters, the children that paint." Isn't We human beings believe that the colors of the rainbow bring us happiness and good health. So when the colors change within the 4 sacred mountains, the Navajo come. They come from the 4 directions, each carrying a little paintbrush and a bucket of paint. Each painter is responsible for a color of the rainbow. Key glanced out the hogan door, a shadow darker than the almost night sky. They moved down by the sheep corrals. The painters, he thought, as Peepa went on. "At a time like this," Peepa said, the painters come together to repaint or add new colors, new life to the new world. Aren't those nice colors? Very nice colors, right?
Why did the sun die?
You have to listen to the story. Listen to the story. Now, these children live in the four directions, in the east, in the south, in the west, in the north. A long, long time ago, there was joy and happiness within the four mountains. One day, everything turned red and purple and dark, and sadness came to the valley. Mother Earth called out to her children, "My children from the east, my children from the south, my children from the west and the north, come and renew the sun. The human beings are afraid. Come bring your brushes and your little ladders, and anywhere there is a dull color, give it back the colors of the rainbow." So from the four directions came the colors of the rainbow. Little children coming from the east, from the south, from the west, from the north, bringing with them their little paintbrushes, their buckets of paint, and their colors: yellow, orange, red, purple, green, and blue. Some went to the sun, some went to the moon, some went to the stars. Others went to the mountains, the hills, the plains, the rivers, and canyons. Still others went to all the different flowers and trees, rocks and brushes. These little children worked hard with their brushes, repainting the world and giving it back its rich, bright colors.
And the moon and the orange moon. Look at that.
Is that an orange moon? Now that the sun has died again, the Navajo will be coming to repaint the earth. But first, I must go and say my prayers to the four directions. To the east, to the south, to the west, and to the north, I will say my blessings, and then the sun will be reborn. Can I go with you, Peepa? I am learning how to pray, Key Leonard said. He wanted to see the little people, the painters. He had forgotten about his stomach. No, my grandchild, you must sit and wait. Go to your favorite chair, be patient, and the sun will be reborn. And remember, if you are hungry, don't eat. You wait. If you are thirsty, you sit and you wait. Don't lay down or sleep until this is over. That is how we show respect for Mother Earth and how she takes care of us. The sun will be reborn. These little children I have told you about are going to come. Key climbed into the blue chair as his grandfather walked to the doorway. The red darkness came through the Hogan door, and Key Leonard leaned around Peepa to see if any of the painters were at work nearby. He thought they might be out painting his juniper tree and his radio, but from where he sat, he could see nothing but the strange light. Peepa's shape filled the doorway, darkening the Hogan further. Now you sit and wait, my grandchild, Peepa said. I will say my prayers and be back shortly. So who are the painters?
Children?
Yes. Good job. Just want to make sure you're listening. So Key Leonard sat there in his blue chair and waited. Straining to see out the door, he pictured the little children from the four directions working with their little paintbrushes to recolor the world. In his mind, he saw them flying around among the rocks and sagebrush and down to the big river that cut through the land and back to the walls of the Hogan and up to the once blue sky. But after a while, what he saw was the blue cornmeal bread and the bucket of water on the table. And then he could think of nothing but food and water. He must be really hungry by now, right? Finally, Peepa came back saying, "My grandchild, they have come. They have repainted the sun. They have repainted the moon, the sky, the universe, the 4 mountains and the 4 directions, the canyons, the rivers, the trees, and the grass. Everything around us has been repainted. Now we are happy again." Key Leonard jumped out of his chair, and even before going to the table for a mouthful of cornbread, he ran to the door to see the repainted world and the reborn sun. What Peepa had told him was true. Key saw all the colors of the rainbow: blue sky, green trees, purple flowers, red rocks, orange earth, and a yellow sun. Outside the hogan, Key faced east. "Thank you, Nach Ahi, for your colors," he said. He turned to the south and raised his arms above his head. "Thank you, Nach Ahi, for your colors." He faced the west and repeated his prayer of thanks, and then he turned to the north and did the same. When he saw his grandfather watching him, he said, "And thank you, Peepa, for telling me of these little people, the painters, the children from the 4 directions and the colors they bring. I see that it is a blessing that we have these little painters. I remember this always." Peepa smiled at Key Leonard, warming him like the sun above, and said, "Come in and eat now, my grandson. You must be very hungry." Key followed Peepa inside, saying, "I am hungry, Peepa, but I must do something first." He grabbed some paper and crayons and placed them on the table beside the cornbread. He wanted to draw the story of how the sun had died, and so he drew a circle as big as the paper. Carefully choosing his crayons, he colored the circle in. "For you, Peepa," Key said, handing the paper to his grandfather, the Navajo sun. And then Key Leonard took a big, huge bite of blue cornmeal bread.
A huge bite?
A very huge bite. The end. Does anybody have any questions about the story? Yes.
Why did this one die? What is it and why is it there?
This is my purse.
I thought it was something else.
Oh, my niece made this. It's beautiful. It's my purse. Yes. Hi.
How did the sun die?
Because you were late. You missed the beginning of the story. This is about the, remember the solar eclipse? So that's when that's what it means when the sun dies, because of the solar eclipse. And this is a Navajo story about the solar eclipse. Yes? You have a question?
I know how an eclipse happens.
Well, yeah, but it's a question about it.
A question? One more?
Why is it called super painters? Couldn't it?
Sun. Sunpainters.
Oh, I thought it said super painters.
But aren't they super painters because there's a lot of kids that paint the whole world?
They can paint the sun.
Right?
But how do they reach the sun? Because didn't they say on a bit there was tiny ladders that they had to grab?
Well, it's just a magical world.
Yeah.
There's
And that boy imagined them floating around. So what were they using?
Friends, we have time for one more question.
One more question. One more. Anybody?
Okay, well,
One.
if there are no more questions, why don't we give Beverly one more round of applause?
Okay. Hi, my name is Beverly Smith, and I am a first-year student in the professional MBA program at the University of Illinois. And I've lived in Urbana for about 6.5 years. And I'm from Arizona. I am enrolled in the Navajo tribe, which is located in the southwestern part of the United States, specifically in Arizona, which is about 30 minutes east of Flagstaff in a community called Loop, Arizona. My passions, I have a research interest in higher education, in American Indian identity, and I grew up around a lot of art and a lot of, not really say counselors, but a lot of Navajo traditions and Native American traditions and cultures. So I like to blend that into the counseling and therapeutic modalities. So I try to blend those all together in art and therapy. I wanted to be able to blend in my favorite Navajo storyteller and artist, Baje Whitehorne, one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorite Navajo artists, and who is also from the area where I come from, Baje Whitehorne. He is also the author of Sunpainters, and I also come from a family that is, my brother is a silver medal jewelry maker, and so he makes a lot of jewelry, and I wanted to blend that into Navajo storytelling bracelets so that children can put the storytelling and artwork all together into making their own storytelling bracelets all into one. I have a PhD in education, policy, organization, leadership with an emphasis on higher education, and a graduate minor in American Indian and Indigenous Studies, also from the University of Illinois. And I also am trying to learn more about the business models of higher education, so that's why I'm in the professional MBA.